Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So, lots of things transpired through the course of the night. As you know, I'm a bit of a night owl myself, and I was watching how Binance was handling the hack, so to speak, and that's the best way to kind of explain it to you. Is it was a hack more or less. So there's an article here on you today. Binance halts BSC following a massive attack. BNB chain exploited and hackers steal millions of dollars while Binance immediately halts withdrawals and deposits. So they responded quite quick to this, and it's really good to see this from the top exchange, and you expect nothing less. If we go back over to Twitter, let's go to Binance quickly, and you will see they fixed it pretty quick. Like I said, it's up and running from 20 minutes ago. That was 2 hours ago. So it just goes to show how quickly things can be fixed by the correct teams. Now, what I want to point out is that if a chain like Binance and BNB, so to speak, being the same chain anyway, can suffer an attack like this, we can suffer an attack like this. And I've always said this to people, that it's very important that we understand that we are vulnerable, okay? And we can be attacked. We're not invincible, okay? We're not an iron curtain. We're not ironclad. We are vulnerable, okay? We've just started walking, and we've already had one kind of arbitrage opportunity thing that got shut down really quick by our own developers, which is good to see. But the main concern is we should never ever try to run before we can walk, because if we suffer a serious attack, it's really going to do a lot of damage to us at this point. Whereas Binance, they're very well in place. They can handle an attack. In fact, they could handle a very heavy duty attack compared to us. We could probably get taken down very easily by the correct people with the correct amount of money if we put certain things like lending protocols back in place. So keep that in mind, and always be aware that there's scams, anything can happen at any time. I mean, a meteorite could crash into the satellite that handles all of the Dogecoin transactions for Starlink, for example. Something silly like that. So moving over to now Ethereum, right? 2 articles in one day. What's going on, Jay? So Ethereum in itself has been going through this huge transition period as to which it's gone to proof of stake, which is what we are. Now, people moan about fees and stuff like that, but Ethereum's a number 2 coin, and it really does hold that number 2 position quite well. It hasn't changed for quite some time, and there's no difference between Ethereum and our coin. In fact, our coin's better, because before the Tendermint consensus came out, everything was a lot more complicated, and then they brought the Tendermint consensus system out, and it just became pretty much effortless for most developers at that point, because there's already a pre-built layer. It's kind of like you copy and paste that layer and it's ready to go, so to speak. In a sense, I think that's kind of like the easiest way to explain it to you folks. So just know that the blockchain that we're all committed to, that we're all part of, is a layer 1 coin. It is competing with Ethereum, and we will get back up there eventually, and we will continue to compete with them. And eventually, and it will happen if we push this hard enough, if we stand strong enough as a community, we push for the correct kind of use cases, we will become as good as we can be. And if that means taking the number 2 position, that means taking the number 2 position. It's as simple as that. This blockchain is flawless as to it doesn't crash like Solana every other week. It doesn't crash when ApeCoin do their land sales because it, blocked up all the gas fees and stuff. We've never had a problem like that. The only other problem there is with obviously this crash, which was created partially by, and I'm glad it's gone now, but Anchor Protocol. And there's a lot of people that say about, lending protocols coming back and stuff, but I think we should steer clear of things like this, especially for now when we're very vulnerable. Last thing we want to do is start allowing people to lend against our blockchain. That's crazy. So going over to Crypto Bubbles, we've got it set on the day and we're looking at it across the day. Let's give it a quick refresh just in case things have changed, which they probably likely haven't. And it's kind of just one of those days again where crypto's not doing anything interesting. It's all just kind of samey for everyone. And these are like, I think a lot of people call these boring markets because for day traders, there's not enough going on for them to really play. Whereas when there's big moves, volatile moves being made in the market, it leaves a lot of room for people to mess around. So the volatility in crypto is generated by people profit taking and then coins running back down, people buying in again, and it goes through phases, cycles, as you all know. So today is important for the movement. And why do I say this? Well, because in exactly, I think it works out as like 7 hours from now, everything started to go quite bad for the movement itself back in May. And it's like the anniversary day, it's around that time. And we've come a long way in a short span of time. No other coin has moved as quickly as we have. No coin moves as quickly as we have. The way we're positioning ourselves now in the bear market is going to pay off insanely in the bull market, because we're doing stuff now to ensure we have a future, to ensure this coin has greatness, to ensure that we can all tell our grandchildren, when we're older, it was part of a great movement and we did believe in something and we did prove that, things can be different and they don't have to run, the same as every other coin out there. And I totally get why there's so much FUD sometimes surrounding new coins, new movements, because as far as the average Joe's aware, it's just another coin. It's going to pump, it's going to dump, get in, get out, it's over, it's done. But Lunar Classic's different. This movement in itself is totally different across the board, like 100% totally different. So moving over to Lunar Penguins, what am I going on about? Lunc Penguins. And as you can see, it has just gone down to 19 days. I'm absolutely stoked, folks. 50% going to burn, and then the other 50% is going to be used for nothing but good causes. And I'm going to be 100% transparent at all times. We got I'm just going to call it 14 billion burnt so far, because I'm just going to either round it up or round it down. But 14 billion so far, and everything's going swimmingly, in my opinion. Like I keep saying, lots of good things to look forward to. I've just been speaking with my NFT developer. He thinks he's going to have them all done by the end of this month, if not before, which is amazing news. So it looks like things will be coming a lot more sooner. So probably going to be launching them just around the node's launch date or just after. But the great thing about these NFTs are we're only ever going to mint 1,000. They're all going to be unique to each other, minted by the system, available on the Lunarpunks launchpad. And anyone who grabs one of these is going to do themselves, an awesome kind of setup for the future, because our treasury will be paying out staking rewards from them. And we're not talking, the staking rewards on Lunarpunks level. We're talking, decent staking rewards. And this will all be built around how the NFT system works for us, how our treasury works, and how our node works. And it's all about giving back to this community, because if the communities prosper and profit, okay, they'll want to come back, they'll want to keep coming back, they'll want to keep spending, Lunar Classic, giving people more of a reason to hold a bag and hold on to all these different kind of things. Like, you buy an NFT, don't you? And then you're like, well, what now? What do I do now? So it's always good for there to be some kind of use case behind an NFT. Even if it's just for the art, I believe there should still be some kind of use case. So, folks, have a really nice Friday. Stay safe out there. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm never going to DM you or anything like that. Beware of scammers, and I'll catch you in the next one.